My quest to find the greatest game of all time started in the lands between. And now, it's brought me somewhere very different. This is the city of Lumiere, the remnants of a weathered yet elegant world, an ornate one, vibrant and alive with color, and a stark contrast to the various ruins scattered throughout, a city sundered by the very earth itself. At first glance, Lumiere looks beautiful, like something out of a painting, and yet, something feels strange. This tree behind me seems to be of some importance given the red and white flowers lining the road. And yet the streets here are completely empty. It's kind of an eerie feeling. And that's because today is, well, it's kind of a big day. Let's move further in. This is the day of the Gamage, an annual event that draws the city towards the pier. Eyes fixated on the ominous number behind me, this is where folks gather to witness the paintress dictate their fate and to say goodbye to those who meet that criteria. And if you live here in this world, you already know exactly when your time will come. But how does one live in such a state, knowing that the seemingly distant inevitable has suddenly arrived? Perhaps too soon in the eyes of many. Is it right to have lived a life of love, growth, and perseverance only for it to be taken away in one single moment? Or maybe the better question is, was it worth it? And yet, hope still remains for those with the will to carry on. For those who believe that this fleeting life is still worth fighting for. Another expedition into the unknown, the path paved by those who came before, a sacrifice made for those who come after. Everybody, I'm so excited for this new adventure. Welcome to Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Within the first few hours of playing Expedition 33, I quickly understood why this game has received so much praise. Coming in, I heard there was a great story here, and as somebody who loves video games as a storytelling medium, I am happy to report that I have been so enamored with the tale being told. But more importantly, I've been impressed with how this game has delivered on that, with its world building, writing, music, and voice acting. And as somebody who grew up playing turn-based RPGs but doesn't really gravitate towards them these days, I was especially curious to see what makes this combat system stand out. And who would have thought that the simple change of adding quick time events to the combat would make things so much more engaging. So let's dive into all of this. Sit back and let me take you through my experience so far, the moments as they happened, and everything I took away from them. If you've already played this game, please keep the comments spoiler free, but let's go. I spent like 4 hours in the prologue just soaking everything in, and my time here answered many of the questions that I had about what kind of game Expedition 33 would be. And yet, it still left me wondering about so many things as it pertains to the story itself. Right off rip, I noticed that big ass glowing 34 in the background. Big old 34 in the back.
All right.
Or this game is
All right. Okay, here's the plan. Today, we're gonna do some editing. I've been editing, but I'm gonna do some more editing, and I figure I could use a break. And I come here live for a little bit of company. If you are here or you happen to be watching the VOD, congratulations, you get a little sneak peek at the video. I think you got what, like a couple minutes in there? You got to about like 3 minutes in. 2 minutes in, you're right around here. 3 minutes in, that's where you got. So just so you know, there is currently I have edited an extra 33 minutes on top of that, and it's still going on. I'm on the flying waters section here. which I'm hoping to do part of that tonight. I wrote out my script and recorded part of it. I wrote part of the script and I recorded all of that part of the script. That's a better way to phrase that, maybe. And that's the plan for tonight. That's what we're gonna try to work on. If I let's see how much progress we can make. Yo, hello. Who is that? Calcifer, what's going on? What is this, live? Yes, this is live. Am I dreaming? You are not dreaming. Actually, you might be dreaming. This is all a recorded VOD. This is all a recorded VOD, unfortunately. Welcome in, everyone. This is a okay, I just making sure I have everything set up. This is just a little editing stream here. So, feel free to hang out and keep me company. Not now, Kev. It's bedtime 18 minutes ago. You know what, H2O? Why go to sleep? Why go to sleep when there's so much you can offer this world by being awake, I think what I'll do like last time is maybe I'll set up the YouTube chat on my tablet because I could use the space on my side screen for when I get to recording some stuff. Because your job starts at 3 a.m. Your job starts in less than 6 hours from now. How do you feel about that? Is that enough sleep for you? Okay, so you're gonna go back to sleep, Frank. All right, let me bring this open on the side here so I can see it. We're going vertical mode because that was the tip given to me, and I can just make that very large. And that's just gonna chill on the side over there. Okay, very good. What's going on, Galator? Had to start the stream over to see the whole preview. Love it. Thank you. Yeah, let me know what you guys thought. Any of those, any of the little bits that you did see. Yeah, dude, no, that's why not now. Yeah. Get work done and out of the way. Well, that is getting work done and out of the way really early, huh? Really early, I suppose. Also, this thing is working, right? It is working. Okay. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. So I have been... You kind of know my video style. I am taking what I did with Elden Ring, but I'm changing it up a little bit. Elden Ring was a lot more highlighty, I suppose you might call it that. I'm trying to keep the script tighter. there's a lot more narrative and a lot more, it's kind of more towards the video essay type, though depending on the section we're still going into, you know what I mean? I'm bringing in the Elden Ring capstone style and meshing that more with the main video series. Just something I kind of wanted to try and experiment with, but your audio is off. No, your audio is off. How do you feel about that, huh, H2O? Is my audio off, guys? But yeah, I'm kind of that's why this one's been taking so long too, right? Like I feel like I have some like pretty in-depth stuff here. I am giving you like my full opinions and thoughts as we progress through here. I'll tell you this much: I am on the fly. I'm literally starting flying waters now. The entire prologue is ending. It's ending like 20 something minutes into the video. Yeah, like 23 minutes into the video. That's when the prologue finishes. So, and then we get into the Spring Meadows, which it's like 10 minutes. It's more like 13 or 14 minutes. We'll see how long Flying Waters is. So yeah, it's taken a little while. I've gone really in depth with my thoughts and ideas. I made it a little more cinematic too in certain sections. So kind of just, flashing the editing skills here and there with certain things. You're putting together a Magic the Gathering deck that will violate the Geneva Convention. Are you making a stall deck? What's going on, Sudabachi? Hello. Second, first, hello back to you. First, how are you, Sudabachi? Second, how's the editing going? Editing is going very well. I really want to get this video out though, and it's taking a while because we are going ham I'm doing a lot. We're doing a lot here. Doing a lot. So, but I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far. Yeah, there's some cool little parts in here. All right, I'll show this part here because it's one of my favorite transitions. This is one of my favorite transitions in the whole video right now. Okay, why is it going on that screen?
At the end, we get a cameo from Meteor, Mother of Fingers. That's for all you Elden Ring fans right there. Meteor, Mother of Fingers! Just well done all around. What a prologue. We're like 20-something minutes into this video, and we finally just got to... I mentioned Gustav's character arc as one of my favorites because, well, it's one of the only ones that we have at this moment, but also because for as positive of a mindset one could have after losing a loved one and embarking on this expedition, followed by
that was the transition. I really like that transition. I think for every act or every zone that we go to, I'm doing this more like, you know, kind of like cinematic introduction to the zone a little bit. So we're gonna do the same with Flying Waters here. How far are we into the story? Yeah, we're at the start of Stone Wave Cliffs, and I'm hoping to cover all of that for the entirety of this video. So, just for pacing sake, I am here. This is the second stream we did. I'm trying to knock out Flying Waters today and tomorrow, and then here we basically have Gestural Village. We're getting into Gestural Village, and then here we have SKA and some adventures into Flying Waters and stuff. So I'm hoping to cover all of this for all the video. It's gonna be a chunky one. But we're gonna try to make it good. So good, dude. You're good. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. Yeah, I hope the Expedition 33 crowd will enjoy this. Now, like, you know, for the prologue part, for example, like one of the reasons why the prologue is so long is because, you know, all we really have in the prologue, I'm not really talking about gameplay in the prologue. I'm talking about the story and all the little moments and things that are building up the story and my thoughts on them. Because there's just so much. There's just so much that builds up in the prologue. But as we get into the other sections, we definitely start talking more about gameplay stuff. And it gets a little more highlighted. Like, let me show you some fun moments and things like that. Yeah, the Mother of Fingers thing was funny, right? I wasn't expecting Mother of Fingers there. When's the next gameplay stream? So here's the thing. I was thinking about doing a gameplay stream on Saturday. I don't know. It's either Saturday I'll do one and then finish out the rest of the video, or I just won't stream again until I finish this video, because I really want to get something out to start building up some momentum again. And based off how I'm covering this, like, I don't want to like fall behind on the recordings because I'm kind of going pretty in depth into a lot of these sections here. Also, I have so one of the reasons this is taking a little while too is I had to boot up a new save. So I got a new save booted up here. So what you'll see me do is, what you will see me do here when I need to record is I will go to my other scene, which should just capture this. Yep. So I'll move to this scene to capture when I need to record, and I'll go back to my desktop capture here when I need to. So here's the thing. I gotta get this save over to Flying Waters right now. I'm playing this one is just on story difficulty, the easiest difficulty, so I can progress a little bit better. Yeah, I want to work on the Flying Waters section here. She pushed Gustav forward earlier on. Now Gustav is pushing her forward.
Flying Waters is our next destination, and I was very happy to find that Spring Meadows zone felt a lot larger and more adventurous to progress through.
This is the section we'll be using.
There's also a mysterious manor we must uncover the secrets of, another party member we must reunite with, and plenty of fun enemies to fight. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so we're gonna do this, and then we'll move all of this on over. Let me just move this like over. And here, this will be our Flying Waters section. Yeah, the prologue is really epic. The prologue there's so much happening in the prologue. I remember the dodge parry ability being so rock bottom that you grinded the hell until you could do some OP stuff. Yeah, I have a different save on a different account for all my edits. That's what I did with Elden Ring too. What do you mean it was so rock bottom? I've liked the dodge and parry stuff so far. It's been nice. Do one more gameplay stream before finishing the video. Okay, I might consider that. I'll see how much progress I make tomorrow as well. What's going on the bad trip? It's going well. It's going well. If you go back to the early parts of the stream, you can catch a preview of the current edit and some of the stuff that I've talked about. But yeah, we're going in to do some editing right now. I gotta get my butt over to flying water. Also, let me get my mod going here for some camera action. We're gonna inject that. And I'm going to close off the chat here, and I'll just have the chat here and here to look at. So I have a little more space to work with on this side. Let me do that. So here's what we're going to do. And this is just my folder here. Okay. I know I'm gonna need some footage here of this section as well. So let me do this. Let's just get a little something here. I think I already, okay. I'm gonna do this. All right, this is gonna be, we won't be as efficient since I am here on the stream, but that's okay. That is a-okay, huh? We're just gonna get a little nice something going on right here. Let's go ahead and grab, let's just rotate. Well, let's just rotate up like this a little bit. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, let's do something like that. Let me head over onto this stream over here. Rip, you won't be able to watch most of the Saturday stream. If I even do one. If I even do one. Or maybe I take Saturday to edit and then I do it on Sunday. Or maybe I just try to finish the entire edit right now. I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm going to go here. This is basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to start recording. And I'm going to switch over to this. And we're going to do this. And we're just going to record a little scene here that I'm not going to use quite at this moment. But we're just going to...
So, the message said head north to the weird corals.
And a door in a hut.
Yeah. You know, easy peasy scene like that. You know what I mean? that's kind of the cadence here, you know? And then I'm just gonna grab that and I'm gonna save it for now. I'm just gonna throw it in here. I actually kind of already have a scene like this in here, but we're just gonna reuse it. Because there's a section where I do talk about the map. So remember that's there. For now, we're just gonna make our way over to Flying Waters. Yeah, all the way up there, huh? I want to get in there and record some scenes as best as we can. I might go in and out, but yeah, I just want to get this like intro part figured out first.
It's been a long day. We should make camp.
Oh shit, I forgot it. They're gonna want me to camp here.
Let's keep going.
All right, let's go camp real quick. Yeah, so part of this is I got to progress this other save here. I don't think I need any footage from here. They're just doing some talking. Yeah, we can skip through this. You know, it could be nice to have a little bit of something going on over here, huh?
The main continent.
Yeah.
Good night, Gustav.
Good night, Gustav. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We can just record a little something here on the campfire. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Let me just, I'm gonna do a free ball of recording here. Let's just... I need to do this. Oh, you know, I think I F'd something up. Oh, I didn't F something up. I lied. I forgot to just go into my camera mode. Let's just do a little something like this. Let's just get a nice little shot out here. Know what I mean? I'll just like do a nice little, you know, move in, rotation, pan, zoom out sort of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, that seems good. We'll just throw that in the bank. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Can you adjust the depth of field? I can. Yes, I can. I definitely can. You're chilling in here, hanging out, working on some music stuff. Ooh, what kind of music stuff? Did someone say, hey, Hannah? Oh, Hannah is there. What's going on, Hannah? Your deck is ready to commit war crimes. What was your deck? Is it a stall deck or something?
The main continent.
Yeah.
Good night, cause
Okay, so one of the things that I'm trying to do is also, I don't know how important it is, but I'm keeping my playthrough kind of the same. I'm like making sure I hit all the side stuff that I hit too, just in case there's anything in the future that it leads to that I need to have. Yeah, welcome in, Hannah. Hannah, if you later or now or whatever, if you go back to the beginning of the stream, you can catch a preview of the actual video. I showed a little bit of that earlier. Yeah, we're gonna go sleep here. Yeah, so I can adjust the depth of field. I can pause the game. You can see like the trees moving here. Oh, but here, yeah, I can show you this. I can adjust the depth of field if I like want to, right? I can. Right, look at that. And all that kind of stuff. I can overwrite the game speed if I want to. I'm using the depth of field stuff sometimes. But if I want, I can change up the game speed. I can pause it, whatever. Player size is a thing, apparently. Let's look at player size. Yeah, Gustav's very large now. Gustav is very large now, so. But yeah. You're just working on some lyrics. Ooh, nice. Hell yeah, hell yeah. A Krenko Goblin deck. Your commander doubles your number of goblins every turn, then you destroy all lands so no one has mana to remove him. Is that a BM sort of deck? Oh, also, there's no music on the... I'm not using any music and stuff on the save, so that's why it sounds a little quieter, but yeah, it's all for the recording here. But let's get into Flying Waters. You might also notice that I have Xbox controls on my screen. I had to do some roundabout stuff to get my mod to recognize my controller as an Xbox controller so I could film and record properly. Okay, here's what I might do here. I'm gonna pause the game. And I don't use it super often, but I'm gonna get over here and I'm gonna go get in here and I'm gonna record some. Like this is like so there's two types of cutscenes that they have in this game. They have like the in-game cutscenes like this where the character models are actually playing out in real time, and then they have like we rendered a video of our cinematic and now we're just playing you the video sort of thing. This is the second kind. And here sometimes I like to get some alternate angles to use. I don't always use them, but it's kind of nice to have. So if we do this, we can totally, yeah, like here I'll just maybe like you know, get a couple angles of them just like kind of walking around over there. It looks a little funky sometimes, you know, but here and there it's kind of nice. Oh, you can see. Okay, so you just saw. Yeah, that's so you're getting a behind the scenes look at how you know, they do the in-game cutscenes. You just saw Gustav teleport down there, right? Gustav just teleported down there. This is a nice little angle right here too. Yeah, no music on this one because I need the footage to be music free. Yeah, you see how they just teleported?
68. Elodie's expedition.
you know the commanders of every expedition.
Maybe over here I'll just get a nice angle from like over here or something. You know what I mean? Just a little side stuff to have. Chances of me using it, who knows? Who knows? But you never know.
Expedition 68. Their boat was blown into the air by a storm. Lumiere lost sight of it, but assumed they crashed on the continent.
Okay, we'll just do a little bit of something like that. Very good.
And they survived.
I'll just let this play out a little bit
Storm,
here.
at least.
All right, let's keep moving. We found the weird corals. Mael must be close by.
Here, I'll show you guys an example of what I was talking about before too. Here, I'll show you guys this. So, I have a scene here that I use where I got a nice little...
I quickly I've been impressed so far. The moments that
Also, stream might be a little laggy because I got the editing
and
program
my
running.
time here is 30, or this game is 33, and knowing the documentary example of the colors here, but give
Where's that scene
and an
I'm looking
example
for?
of one of the things I love.
Do things here, but maybe Sophie could still be my sister. You never know. I think
Is
I actually did it. Did I
I've been
use it in the
impressed.
intro? Let me see. I think I used it in the intro here. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Oh, I think it's right over here. Yeah. Okay. Here. Let's just bring this out here for you to look. So you guys know in this like prologue scene right here, right? You have the kids who run up to look at Gustav and Sophie, give him a little salute. So this is from an alternate angle of that. Let me see if I can find that. I'm pretty sure I captured them in here. Maybe I didn't capture them, or maybe I did. Oh, did I not capture that? Anyway, I was gonna say you could see the kids running up. They just kind of like teleport into the scene. Okay, never mind. I got my hopes up, but I can't find the thing there, unfortunately. Okay, one thing I need to verify is what the music is here for Flying Waters as well. How long is the video looking like it's gonna be? I don't know. We're already 30 something minutes in. It's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be chunky, so it'll be as long. I always say it'll be as long as it needs to be, you know.
Welcome in. Welcome in.
Actually, okay. So I don't need to use the exact music, but I will come in here and let's find. So Flying
Same
Waters. We get into Flying Waters about over here.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna find a nice track from Flying Waters over here. I gotta record this. I forgot to record something here in preparation for this. All right, let's see. What do we got? I think this is good. This one's a little more upbeat. Maybe we use this one, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna rip this. I'm gonna record this on my Audacity here. Now, normally I used to use like YouTube to MP3 converters in the past, but I know a creator who thinks he got hacked because of one of those things. So ever since then, I literally just kind of manually record my own. Just rip it in this manual way. So I gotta let this play out for 2 minutes and 33 seconds. We can talk. I won't record our talking here. How's everyone doing? Yeah, I use Audacity. So I used to use Fruity Loops back in the day, but I haven't had a need for an audio specific or like a DAW or like a specialized DAW or like a really in-depth DAW. Audacity is good enough for like all I'm doing is recording most of the time, so a lot of my audio manipulation can happen in this program. So I do technically have a Fruity Loops license. It's what I used back in college to do my music shenanigans, but yeah, I just Audacity it these days. I don't know if this is the one I want, if I'm being honest. Might as well record it because I might use it. So I'm using a mix of my own curated music and also the OST from the game as well. I used to do music stuff in college. I used to rap, and then I made beats and got into like the audio engineering side of things. Haven't done it in a long time, but I used to. A lot of the stuff that I learned from that, though, I use in my edits, at least on the audio side. If it's something as basic as like audio balancing, like I know how to work an equalizer, I know how to throw like a compressor onto like my vocals and shit like that. I like to throw a stereo widener on my background music just to get a little more separation from like the middle main vocals and stuff like that. So, you know, little tricks and things like that. I don't really use like reverb or delay tools too much. But yeah, the equalizer is a big one, I would say. There's one thing that I miss from Fruity Loops, which is their equalizer, because their equalizer was also like a visual one. You could see like the heat map of the frequencies as, you know, whatever sound was playing. So you could really dial in, like, if I'm talking right now on that equalizer, you could see like, okay, like there's a huge, it's getting really glowy in that like 250, 200 range. Like that's like the main like base of my voice there. I can manipulate that if I want. Other equalizers, you don't see that. You kind of have to just listen by ear, so. Oh, let me pause that. Okay. So I don't think I'm going to use electric tides. I'm not going to use electric tides here, but I will save it just so we have it. Clair Obscur 33. I'll call this Flying Waters. Have I been calling it Rising Waters or Flying Waters? I hope I've been calling it Flying Waters. Electric tides. I'm going to export that. I think Electric Tides might be a nice one for me to use for this here, actually. So let's do that. Okay. Well, this is a 5-minute track here. I should have done this one first. What's going on, Keylime? A slithering serpent has chanced upon a faintly glinting jewel. Okay, I thought we were going down like an alliteration route, but that does not seem to be the case. Also 90. Keylime is on a 90 stream streak on the Twitch side. Very nice, Keylime. You're almost at the triple digits here. Yeah, this is the track I'm going to use. I'll use this one. This one has a little more bounce to it. A little more life, you know? Yeah, I like this one. We're going to do this one. Yeah, in the meantime, while I'm letting this play... Maybe I shouldn't be showing this on stream. I don't know. Is this a no-no? How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? I gotta be careful not to play anything here, because it'll record that as well. But yeah, I'm really excited to get this video out. I think it's a nice little video. I think hopefully you guys can see an improvement. Now, the funny thing is, like, when I was making all those Elden Ring videos, a lot of you guys would comment, like, on the every newest one, you're like, this is the best one yet. But from, like, an editing perspective, I'm like, was it really? I feel like I was just doing the same thing that I always do, you know? So I appreciate your kind words, but, you know, those thoughts are always, like, in the back of my head, you know what I mean? He's a clever little package. I'm doing well. Today was amazing for you. That's good. It's also the end of the week, so hopefully everyone's spirits are a little bit higher, huh? Do you really want to know how you're doing? Yeah. Look, I'm one of those people when someone, you know, you're in your office or whatever and someone's like, hey, how are you? How's it going? Depending on the person, but I have no problem. You know, the typical response is to just be like, oh, good. right? But I have no problem telling people, hey, I'm not doing too hot today, you know? You used to write tracks for a couple of bands that you were in when you were young, but after you moved around so much, you didn't really have anyone around anymore, so you've been messing with AI music. Now, there's definitely a lot of tools that can help aid in the music production. There's also tools... Maybe I'll use this part of the track. There's also tools that will rip a whole song for you. Now, I have some thoughts about that. I don't know if this is too loud for you guys, but I'm just gonna let it ride because I want this to record as properly as possible. There's like a minute left of this. Anyway, when you think about like, I think that's one of the reasons why there's a lot of pushback when it comes to like the arts and AI. I think part of the reason, there's a lot of different reasons. You know, you would think that AI is a tool that we would use so people could, you know, reduce the amount of time they need to spend on all that other stuff. And so they could focus more on things like the arts. But instead it's kind of backwards, right? It's like, okay, we're using AI to like replace some of the artsy stuff. And also their other jobs. Anyway, I think when it comes to, this is really getting loud, isn't it? Hopefully you can hear me. When it comes to like creative creations, I think one of the things, I don't know if you guys think about it in this way, but aside from like, yeah, that song sounded good, I like that show, that was a cool movie, that's a great painting. Maybe I'll wait for this to finish. It feels kind of loud. It feels a little bit loud, doesn't it? Let me just let this finish. There's like 20 seconds left. 20 more seconds. I have gotten a little bit more intimate with the soundtrack here from trying to find the right track that they used at a right time. Kids really take the mick out of AI generated stuff now. Yeah, I think part of it is like, you know, what was I gonna say? Aside like something sounding good, right? Like, oh, that song sounded good, or that painting looks good. That looks like a good drawing. That looks like a good show. Whatever, right? I think when like there's another level to that too, where it's like relating to like the artist, you know, in a sense. Like, how did they create this? What is their story, right? What are their experiences that led them to like make this, right? I think that's one of the, what am I going to title this? I am forgetting what I'm going to say here. Flying Waters Electric, okay, hold on. Clair Obscur Flying Waters Electric Tides. All right, we're going to do that. Okay, we're going to go off that one for now. But yeah, I think part of it is like how can I relate to you when I consume or view or listen to the thing that you have created, right? Oftentimes, it might be like more interesting to relate to someone if, you know, based off their experience and stuff. Aside, and I'm not trying to knock on you or anything, right? As opposed to like, you know, someone who like wrote a prompt or something, right? I heard someone say this recently when they're like, who would you rather have a conversation with? Someone who like, you know, traveled for like 5 years and went through this phase in their life and that's how they made that thing. Or would you rather have a conversation with someone who like, you know, wrote a prompt or something? Yeah, That seems yeah, that seems good. It seems like you're more using the AI as like a tool. The bad trip. I know some folks who I know some people when they're like, I dabble in music or like AI music. What they really mean is like they just like wrote a prompt and then they had the thing spit out a thing, you know. Yeah. It's like the same thing with like video type stuff too. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna go find my sounds here. Like I use like there's AI tools out there that can like edit your video for you. Or like make the video for you. I've seen it or I've heard of it. I've actually never used it, so I can't say I've like seen it. I've seen it advertised. But then but like, you know, I use AI tools, right? As like literally, I'm using AI tools as a huge part of my workflow here to help with stuff. One example that I will say is I use do you want to rename? Ooh. Okay, one of these is not like the other. This one is submerged lights. That's what this is. Submerged lights. This one is. I'm just gonna try to get my naming conventions down here. Okay. All right. We got this part. I'm gonna use electric tide, so we're just gonna bring this down here for a hot second. Yeah, so one of the big ones that I use, and I used it a lot in the Elden Ring video too, right, is let's find a section like this where...
Plus now we have another party member.
Okay, what am I doing
who
here?
Utilizes the power.
What section am I...
Okay, it's time to fight our first Nevron, and I'm excited to get into a lot of things to get down. Economy because it uses AP. It's just another layer of interactivity to make a turn-based system.
Let me find a proper section where I can show this.
Oh, that was so fast. Okay, she dead. Under normal...
Okay, this is a nice little section that we can take a peek at right here. Right, so... Let me just duplicate this over. Okay, so this is how this would normally sound here, right? This is how this section would normally sound.
Under normal circumstances, I probably have no business going toe-to-toe with this Nevron that seems a bit more elite than the rest. That was quick.
Okay, but this is how, when I want to use my own vocal track, or my own music in the background, right, say I just want something to flow a little more cohesively. I want to string a bunch of clips together. I don't want to have to cut and, you know, switch between the music. Right, it sounds kind of sloppy when you're like, it can sound sloppy when you're, you know, making cuts, and you're just jumbling the music together like this, right? Right. So that's why sometimes I like to use my own background track. So this is
under normal circumstances.
That's with the in-game music and everything, but I use, this is an AI music remixer. I can use the tool to go in and manipulate what sounds I want the viewer to hear. So when I use it, this is what it sounds like now.
Under normal.
This is literally just what it sounds like now. So what I have done is taken out the music. I've tried to keep the sound effects in so I can layer on my own music behind it. Right? Just for my own
circumstances, I
my own
have no business going toe
vision,
to toe
you know.
with this
So, maybe that explained. Hopefully that helped. Yeah, it's an interesting conversation to have for sure. I use ChatGPT to like troubleshoot things in my daily life these days. I won't lie about that. Like I'll, you know, if I'm you know, if I'm weighing out the macros for what I'm eating and I'm like, this doesn't seem right, like I'll ask ChatGPT, I'll send it a picture, I'll be like, okay, my app says that, which by the way, my app is probably using AI, but my app says this is 200 calories and, you know, these are the macros for these, you know, chicken wings cooked in the air fryer with skin on. It doesn't seem right. What do you think it is? And it's kind of like a glorified search engine, right? It'll aggregate a bunch of data responses from like Google and stuff, and it'll kind of give me an answer, right? Yeah, I feel you, the bad trip. Yeah, I feels it. I feels it. It's a conversation to be had for sure. For sure. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Let's get on. It took a while. We had to record those things, but let's find what part of the track do I want to use here. So we're gonna cut right here, just a straight jump cut to Flying Waters. She pushed Gustav forward earlier on. Now Gustav is pushing her forward. Oh, here's another thing that like music has my past music hobby has helped here is like when I cut my footage, like you know, it's one thing to like watch. Let me watch this entire 3-hour recording to figure out what I want. It's another thing to jump from place to place, and I use like the waveforms here as a guideline of like, oh, there's, you know, the waveform is like spiking over here. This is my voice, right? Like maybe I'm laughing. Like over here, there's something going on. There's spiking. What am I laughing? What's going on? Dang, how do they have an aquarium? No, that's not spiking. Right, but you know, I can recognize like, oh, I'm laughing here based off the waveform. Another thing that it helps with is like, you know, cutting if I want to cut on like a beat or something, right? Like I know right here, there's a little peak right here. Like this would be maybe a nice little beat to cut on, right? If we earlier on, now Gustav is pushing her forward. Right, we cut on that, right? Make it feel kind of nice like that, right? So I could do that. I could just do this, right? Earlier on, now Gustav is pushing her forward. Yeah, that seems like a nice little spot right there. We could do that. We can do that. Okay, so here's the plan. We're gonna get in here and we're gonna record some stuff. We're gonna record some stuff here. Let's just get a nice little something. Okay, I'm gonna go into Heidi mode here. I'm going to what's going on, Alk? Sorry, Alk, did I not respond to you? How long have you had that out? Here's the thing, I don't have my chat on my left side now because since I'm recording stuff, but I have this tablet for YouTube and then I have my little phone right here for Twitch. But my eyes tend to gravitate here as opposed to here. Alk, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing very well. It's been a bit, but you're big chillin', yeah. I think part of it is I've been trained because the YouTube chat tends to be more active than the Twitch side as well. But I have my phone here. I have it here for a reason, so... How's everything going, Alk? You're big chillin'. How's your... By the way, guys, that's Alk. Alk is a longtime friend who I met from streaming Final Fantasy XIV way back in the day. Ooh, some Journey. That sounds good. Yeah, I think AI can be a nice little tool especially depending on your use case. It's definitely useful, right? What do I want to do here? I don't know what I want to do. Maybe we just do a nice little... Do we want to try a little depth of field thing going on here, by the way? You're working on shrinking down a 5-hour VOD to a 30-minute video alongside you. Use the waveforms, Alk. Use the waveforms. Actually, another pro tip, record in different audio tracks as well. Record in different audio tracks. If that makes sense to you. This is what my footage looks like when I... That's the wrong one. This is what my footage looks like when I bring it in raw. Okay, it doesn't want to cooperate right now for whatever reason. Just trust. Trust what I say. I want you... Okay, it doesn't want to cooperate. Frank's on the Twitch side now. I do appreciate you guys for being here, and I do appreciate you folks on the Twitch side as well. Trust, 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 trust. Okay, let me go into Heidi mode here. I gotta do this. But you're battle hardened, you raided together, cried together, laughed together. You started doing that. Good, good, good. Yeah, that's good. That's good, Alk. It helps you in the long run. Or can. Right? Okay, we're gonna get in here. I'm just gonna do a nice little... Okay, I actually want this to be a little slower. We're gonna do a nice little... Okay, I want this to be a lot slower. We're gonna do a nice little pan like this. Little panning. We're all panning just to get a little gold. We are all panning. Panning. I went on this, like, panning for gold field trip in elementary school, so that's where that came from. What's going on, Padawan? What is the vision for this edit? That's a great question. Well, the vision for this edit, this particular part of this edit is to create a little cinematic intro to the flying waters section of Clair Obscur Expedition 33, but the entire vision for the entire edit is to take you on a journey of my experience playing the game so far and my thoughts about what I progressed through, the ins and outs. The story, the characters, the combat, the fun, the moments as they happened. That's the vision. That is the vision right there. Wait, Alk, do you know that song? We are all panning, panning. We are all... I feel like that's the song that we sang. Also, something just happened here. I need to move. I'll find it eventually. Okay. There's a bunch of us nerds in here, yes. We're on a live stream watching a dude editing a video game, yes. That's how much more nerd can we get? Yeah, Padawan, if you go back to the very beginning of the stream, I played a little sneak preview of the first part of the video. If you want to see it, and you can come back to us and let us know what you think. Okay, but for example, I was just gonna take like this little piece of footage that we took right here. Right, we take this and then we're just gonna maybe throw this in here. Like, we just start layering things out. Get a feel for the flow of it, you know? And I probably want to start using...
Very happy to find that Spring Meadows was still indeed just...
Right about here. Earlier on, now Gustav is pushing her forward. Now, I might be inclined to match movement with movement here and keep panning to the right. You never know, but and then we're gonna cut on the beat. We're gonna cut there, and we're just gonna go grab something else that seems kind of cool, huh? Let's do that. Let's go over here and find some more cool looking stuff. Like, let's get an image of like the corals and all that. You know what I mean? It's ringing a bell like some sleeper agent activation. Good. Maybe we get a nice, like, ooh, maybe we get something from like up here, you know? You know what I mean? That could be kind of sick. Oh, what if we get like a nice little top down? Might not be so... That might not be so aesthetic, actually. But maybe we just show this off, you know? Maybe we just show this off here. I have this focal distance thing. I think I'm using this right now. Let's turn that off. I'm just gonna go back into hidden mode here, and let's just do a little thing. Let's just keep... You know what? I'm gonna do a nice little... Oh shit! Oh shit, there's a freaking whale! Wait, hold on, we gotta get this! We gotta get this whale! We're having a whale of a time, you know? A whale of a time, baby! That's cool. That's cool enough, huh? Okay. We got the whale. If I can get the whale in a better backdrop, that might be kind of sick. I could introduce some lights in here too, but it's not a big deal. All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get 2 in 1 here. Let me bring this a little bit down a little bit too. We're just gonna come a little bit here. Oh yeah, we get the bubbles right here too. Oh, we're gonna get this. We're gonna get the mantis here too. Yeah, let's get the mantis. Yes. Very dark. It is kind of dark, but that's okay. That's a cool enough shot, I feel like. It's cool enough. Let's just throw that in there. You know, thing is, we're not overthinking. We're not overthinking this. We're just gonna throw some stuff in there. If it seems cool, then it seems cool, and you know, we just move on, right? If it seems cool, it seems cool. Okay, but by the way, this is what I mean by recording on different audio tracks as well. So it's my master track. This is my vocals. This is game sound. This is Discord. This is notifications and stuff like that. But anyway, all I really need is these. We're gonna grab this. Let's get the whale.
Flying Waters is our next destination, and I was very happy to find that Spring Meadows was still indeed.
All right, we're gonna start right here. Let's just get a little bit of this. Grab a little bit of this. We're gonna cut on the beat again. You don't always have to cut on the beat, but for the purposes of what we're doing here, it's kind of nice to cut on the beat, you know? And we'll just go for a nice little loop. So right here is where I'm gonna have my vocals kick in, I think. My own narration. So let's go, let's make, okay, we're cutting on the beat, so these don't have a ton of time to shine, but we can show the mantis here. And the mantis will go to about here. Okay, we're gonna go back in and we're gonna find some stuff. Oh boy, I am stuck in this. I would like to get more of this lower level, because there's a lot of like nice pretty lights and stuff going on over here. We can, okay, we found the cage, that's fine. You know, maybe I'll throw, am I being a dummy? Am I in this? I'm not in this. Okay. I didn't realize I switched back so efficiently. We're talking about some D&D. I think we'll do this. Let's get a nice little walking. Something going on over here, huh? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do this, and we're going to maybe let's get a nice like ground level sort of walk here. We can get that thing in the background as well. So I'm gonna set up a camera path if I can. Get a camera path going again. Let's make a new one. We're gonna start here, and we're just gonna kind of keep the flow going like this. Let's move like somewhere about, yeah, about there. About there is good enough in my book, you know. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna hide myself. I'm gonna record. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna count this down, and we're gonna come in here, and they're just gonna walk. Okay. Shit. Lune got stuck on the frickin'... Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start them, like, over here. We're gonna... Okay. Alright, Lune got stuck. We're gonna redo that. We're just gonna redo that one. Okay. That was good enough. That was good enough. Here, said my camera movement was locked. Okay. Yeah, okay, very good. Let's get that. We're just gonna throw that in there real quick. We are gonna throw that in there real quick. Not this one, we want this one. We're gonna take this one and let's just throw it in here. Let's unhide that. Very nice, very nice. I did a thing.
A tutorial and plenty of...
We're gonna get it from... This is where the walking started really cleaning up, so let's use that over there. It's a little laggy, Because I have a lot of resources going on right now. The thing is, do I want this to last that long? Maybe I'll just throw this, maybe I'll expedite it.
Flying Waters is our next destination, and I was very happy to find that Spring Meadows was still indeed just a tutorial section, as the next zone felt a lot larger and more adventurous to progress through.
That's what you know. Yeah, a little preview. If you go to the beginning of the video, you'll see a more in-depth preview. FYIs. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh yeah, so what's up with the bunny?
Nice.
Oh, I said I was gonna come in here and... I said I was gonna come in here. I think I kind of want some of these sound effects to be a little bit louder. Let's do that. I said I was gonna progress as I normally would progress, so let's just grab these. I totally remember where these were. These things can't hide from me because I see everything, and I never had trouble finding the last one. The last one was the easiest one to find. By far the easiest one to find. Never struggled with it once. Not once. The last one was definitely right over... It was right over... Right there. I missed. Why is this so sensitive? Okay.
This will be useful.
Chroma elixir. Probably not useful to my editing here, but okay, we're gonna get this. We're gonna get something over here. We're gonna get something over here. We're gonna get something over here. We're gonna come over yonder way. We're gonna grab some footage right here. I am using the Otis mod. Yes, yes indeed. A bunny has been on your menagerie list for a while. You know, I've always kind of wanted to try D&D. I used to watch like Critical Role back in the day, you know? We're gonna wing this one. We're gonna wing this one here. Just really get this nice and... yeah, we're gonna wing this one here. Let me get in here. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna capture this. We're just gonna do a little manual panning here, huh? A little bit of a manual pan. A little bit to the side and upwards. We're sticking with this moving to the right motif here, you know? Yeah, that seems good. That seems great, actually. Grab this. Let's grab this. We're gonna do this and this and this and this. So let's just start it somewhere about here. Seems good.
The next zone felt a lot larger and more adventurous to progress through. There's also a mysterious manor.
Okay, so here I need to get to the manor first. I don't have to show... Well, you know what? What I could do is take the cutscene from entering the manor.
Must revive here, huh? Level 3.
Which should be about... Okay, we have my L there. We have my L there. This is where we get into the manor.
This is like Elden Ring.
This is...
Place, huh? Oh, look at this place, huh?
Where are we?
Oh, look at that. They're cutting on the beat right there, too. You guys hear that?
Maybe not. Oh, look at this place, huh?
Doom, doom, doom.
Where are we?
Look at that. Okay. This is what we were talking about earlier. I would like to use...
Maybe not. Oh, look at this place, huh?
This might be my best
Oh, look at this place, huh?
shot. This might be my best shot right here. I don't know if that's quite long enough. We can always... Yeah, that's not going to be quite long enough, is it? We can always stretch it out a little bit if we need to, huh? I'm going to take this and take my gameplay only recording. And let's find the frames to make sure that we are getting the max amount of juice from this. Yep, that frame right there. So we're going to need this to stretch. Okay, what we're going to do is we're just going to retime this. We're going to stretch this out a little bit.
We must uncover the secrets of another party member. We must...
Oh, I did an oopsie. I made an oopsie. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do... Wait, no. Ah, I know why. I know why. Because it's using... Right there.
Another part.
I'm really gonna have to... Let's go 75%. My general rule when I'm slowing something down especially is I'll stick to 75%, 30 or 50%, 25% just for the frames here. That should be enough.
Another party member.
Maybe that wasn't quite enough. Okay, we're gonna go 50%. Let's go 60%. I'll break my rule here. Why not?
We must uncover the secrets of another party member. We must We're
just gonna cut that right there. I am going to use some optical flow here to really help it look less laggy.
We must uncover the secrets of another party member we must reunite with, and plenty of fun enemies to fight. Let's talk about it.
And right there is about kind of where I want to end the montage, I think. All right. Also, did you ask your question about the... How do you increase font size on the Otis mod? You can't figure it out. Font size? Like in the actual program itself? In here? Like your like actual menus and stuff? I don't know. If that's your question, I don't know. I never thought to do that. Or I never tried to do that. Is it too small? We have window opacity. What's going on, Joe? You're not topless. I'm as topless as I feel comfortable being right now. This is all you get. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to do that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see any option for that. Yeah, nope, nothing I'm doing is I'm trying to scroll on it. Nothing's working for that, so forward.
Flying Waters is our next.
Okay, so this is Flying Waters. Do I want the Act 1 here? I already used the... We're still in Act 1. Her forward.
Flying Waters is our next destination, and I was very happy to find that Spring Meadows was still indeed just a tutorial section, as the next zone felt a lot larger and more adventurous to progress through. There's also a mysterious manor we must uncover the secrets of another party member.
This is a placeholder. I'm gonna come back here and redo this part, I think. I'm just gonna get actual manor footage when I get here.
Must reunite with, and plenty of fun enemies to fight.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I don't think this. I don't know. There's no like setting for that, so I don't recall ever.
Wait. Evron. Looks like a different species.
Doesn't matter. They're between us and Mael.
Doesn't matter. They're between us and Mael. We can get a nice Nevron shot right here potentially as well. Here's one thing that I never use: new spotlight. Okay, I should use this tool more often. Yeah, just give me a nice spotlight. I don't need anything crazy. Can I adjust the parameters of this? What about a point light? A point light's gonna be smaller than a spotlight here. Can I adjust the? Oh, I can. Yo, there's so much stuff you can do here. Can I make the... Move the camera to the light's position. Move the light to the camera's position. Creates a copy of this light. I mean, you know, when in doubt, we can just add another spotlight. I'm just gonna add another spotlight because why not? Okay, let me get back in here and we're gonna go do our thing. I'm gonna go hide real quick. Thank you very much. And we're gonna come in here. It's gonna go in here and we're just gonna do a nice little pan, a little manual pan of sorts here, huh? Oh yeah, he's feisty. He wants to get you. He's gonna do the zoomies. Okay, that's good enough. All right, let me go back here. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. Let me plug this in first before I lose my train of idea thoughts. Very good, very good. Let's just grab it from about here.
Must reunite with and plenty of fun enemies to fight. Must reunite with and plenty of fun enemies to fight. Let's talk about it.
Let's get one more little scene here that we can. Okay. You were my first comment I ever had to moderate. What's going on, Noel? Have stopped G-posing in Final Fantasy to G-pose in other games. They upped the age rating of the game in Japan because of G-pose? Are you in Final Fantasy 14? Is that what you're saying? I want to kick this guy's ass real quick. Yeah, it's a mode in it's a Final Fantasy thing for getting nice shots and stuff, you know. He is marked. So many marks. Okay. Good thing we're on. Dude, I feel like I take so many breaks from this game that I just don't get my timings down.
Take them down.
A storm is coming.
Oh, you have no more? I was gonna just... Okay. I was gonna shoot him. Oh, that's kind of funny. Hey, G-pose, man. They are... Maybe I'll get an image of the hut or something. I've seen what people do in G-pose. You can do some stuff in there.
Nice.
Nice. That G-pose. What's going on in here? I want that item. Yeah, I feel like I... It's not like Elden Ring where I have just like... The timing, man. I always lose the timing when I take these breaks from the game here.
Earth, rise.
Earth rise. Okay, that didn't do as much as I thought it was gonna do.
I'll do it.
Oh shit! Forgot it's that one. Damn, Gustav just shot him in the butt. And then we shot him in the face. Yeah, them timings.
We can do that.
See, I'm being good and I'm equipping the pictos that I want to equip here for my guy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give him the burning shots right here. Beautiful. Did you try a serious man? Can't say that I have. Oh, I should get a thing of the minefields over here.
Those mines. Be careful.
Yeah, we'll get a thing of the minefields, and that'll be our little closing thing. A serious punch? I still don't know what you're talking about, I don't think. A serious punch. Okay, let me clear this guy out so I can get that item, and then I will, big boom, big boom, big shot, other big shot. Oh, it's a One Punch Man thing. I watched like the first season, and I read a little bit, but then I kind of stopped reading at a certain point. Yeah, let's get a thing of all these like minefields and stuff, huh? Yeah, why not? Let's just get a nice overhead shot over here, and this should be good enough for the little montage. I'm happy with this. Maybe we go. That's a dude. That's a dude right there, huh? This guy is very much. We're gonna do a nice little pan. Okay, very good. Little montage done. Montage completed. I'm gonna move that one over there, and we're gonna throw this one in front of it. I don't know why this is being so uncooperative. Yeah, we're just gonna go like about over here. Something like that.
Another party member we must reunite with, and plenty of fun enemies to fight. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, okay, I'm cool with that. I'm chilling with that. That's chill. Okay.
Enemies to fight. Let's talk about it.
Why did I just see Eric Cartman's WoW Dwarf? That's a great question. Why did you just see that? Where did you even see that? I have one. I don't know where you saw it, though. You must be looking extremely hard at something. Is it even in this folder? It's not in this folder. All right, wait, where did you see that? Because it's in the edit. Let me see if I can find the part. Oh, it's over here. It's over here. This is where it is.
Substantial and intentional choices. Okay, it's time to fight our first Nevron, and I'm to a lot more raw combat here, but we still have some learning to do. I wonder where his weak point could be. Maybe it's right there. That seems like a weak point, but what if we shoot him in the dick? Shoot him in the dick!
Oh, dude, you shot him in the dick.
I think that was pretty successful.
And some...
That was it. That was it. What's going on, Danny?
being company.
Yes. Well, I gotta go pee, though, so... But I appreciate your company. Where did you see that in my files? Oh, this! You're talking about this! This one. This one. That's what you're talking about. That is from... Here, I'll send you guys this. I'll play this while I go use the bathroom. How about that, okay? That's from this video.
Oh, dude. I just took the biggest crap. I had to take a dump.
That's from this video right here. Dude, my old channel doesn't even pop up when I try to search it. Okay, this is what we do. Randy Marsh is the Warrior of Light. It's from this. I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Oh, dude. I just took the biggest crap. Hey, where are you guys? We're over here, by the cart. Okay, I'm back. Dude, we've been waiting forever. Well, I'm sorry I had to take a
Final
dump.
Fantasy
If
14.
you didn't eat so much, you wouldn't have diarrhea all the time, fat ass. Hey, I don't need to take any lip from a frickin' girl. Hang on, guys. My dad wants something. What?
You've been on your computer all weekend. Shouldn't you go out and socialize with your friends?
I am socializing, Artard. I'm logged on to an MMORPG with people from all over the world and getting XP with my party using TeamSpeak.
I'm not a artard.
Alright, sorry guys.
Finally! I'm online again! Yes!
Feel, think.
Oh, shit! It's beautiful! Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion. I was soaring ever higher, but I flew too high.
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
My name's Randy, and I just really like beer.
Welcome!
We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries.
Hey, look, it's the president!
Okay, so this is a video project where I put Randy Marsh into the Final Fantasy 14 story. So the jokes and stuff won't make sense to you guys, but this was like a 3-month-long project, editing project. That was like, this is my did I wash my hands? Yes. Yes. Actually, no, that's a lie. I didn't wash my hands that time. I don't know why I said yes. But none of this will make sense to you because you don't know the ins and outs of this game, but I want to let you know that Randy flows very naturally.
But yet in their hearts,
Very naturally
three
in the story
weary
here.
travelers whose arrival would set in motion great change.
We've got to keep moving! We're in deep hypothermia, all of us! We've got to keep the blood flowing!
I claim the right to name a champion.
Carry on my wayward son! Are you ready to run?
Come, my friend. Let us put an end to this mama's farce.
This is the shit.
Just remember, Stan. Win or lose. Those are your two options. Win or lose. Hang on, I almost caught the dragon. I can get him! Wait! Where's he going now?
Okay, there's gonna be like spoilers and stuff. I mean, you guys aren't gonna go play Final Fantasy 14, but there's like, you know, all the your classic Randy moments are in here.
All right, see you, Sharon. Have a good night.
Such strength. It defies all reason. How? How can this be?
Like classy Randy moment.
Who? What are you?
Welcome, welcome. Find yourself an empty seat and I'll be with you in a moment. Here, a mug on the house. Let's get some color back in them cheeks.
This is come. On this day, let us all remember that no people on this earth are really enemies, only folks with differences.
I'll show you this, guys, because this was like the creme. This was my magnum opus that as H2O would say, this video. But this is my magnum opus of putting Randy into the game. Also, Noelle played Kyle. This is Kyle.
Right, fat ass. Hey, I don't need to take any lips.
That's
from a
Noelle's
freaking girl.
character.
Hang on, guys. My dad wants something.
Okay, but this is the creme de la creme of like my editing on this video right here. I made a fight sequence.
So, bring the shizzles.
Spoilers, I guess.
Finally mustered the desire to kill me, have you?
It's so stupid.
It's mine.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of fun little edits in here. So, yeah, Final Fantasy 14 has a great story. If you guys ever play it, it's a good story. It's a lot to get into, but I love the story. This is on YouTube. It's on my old channel over here. There's a lot of Final Fantasy 14 stuff on here, but it's right here. Oh, like here's the trailer for it. Like I made this I made this trailer for it. I thought the trailer was sick.
Every great empire reaches a point where going backward can seem more appealing than forward. When the world is changing so fast, it makes us yearn for the old ways when life seemed simpler. But it doesn't mean those old ideas are good for us now. We have to face one hard reality. It may seem fun to go back and recycle the past we loved, but we end up with no sustenance.
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Minpelia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
My name's Randy, and I just really like beer.
Welcome!
We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea, and so I implore you, lend us your power.
One more good person dies on my watch! Come on,
For fighting for this.
Game on, asshole!
Today's the day I finally
Shut up!
So stupid.
I'm a butterfly!
Anyway, that was my magnum opus back in the day. So, it was good times. Good times. What were we doing over here?
Is to progress.
It's almost bedtime, guys.
There's also a mysterious party member must reunite with, and plenty of fun enemies to fight. Let's talk about it.
Okay, let's just try to work on this next section if I can. So, yeah, we don't have much longer. I gotta put in some big work on this tomorrow if I can.
But before that, I went back to this guy to give him the ember we picked up from last fight.
I'm gonna turn down the volume a couple decibels here, just a couple decibels. Especially over here. Let's just do a couple extra more.
But before that,
And we'll just cross dissolve that in, or fade that in.
Before that, I went back to this guy to give him the ember we picked up from last fight. Before that, I went back to this guy to give him the ember we...
Yeah, there's a retake right there.
But before that, I went...
But yeah, this is the editing process, y'all.
But before that, I went back to this guy to give him the ember we picked up from the last fight. With this new light, our jar friend was able to get a glimpse of whatever the hell his mistress wants of him. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but it's kind of sounding like his purpose is to light the way through a dark future. Seems optimistic. We'll keep on the lookout for more guys like this.
Okay, so this one shouldn't be any crazy edits. I should have already pulled some footage here for this. Yes, I did. We're just gonna use this right over here.
I went back to this guy to give him the ember we picked up from the last fight. With this new light, our jar friend was able to get a glimpse of whatever.
I'm gonna get rid of this little ghost frame in the game. It just throws the edit off a little bit. I will leave it.
This new light, our jar friend
So, Dr. Protein Shake,
get a glimpse of whatever the hell his mistress wants of him. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but it's kind of sounding like his purpose is to light the way through a dark future. Seems optimistic. We'll keep on the lookout for more guys like this.
do I want the electric tides to keep playing?
Here we are in the overworld. I've said this before, but here we are.
Little retake there.
Like this. Here we are in the overworld. I've said this before, but it looks so gorgeous here.
Gorgeous. I love the way that this overworld looks. I don't know if y'all can agree, but I do think that it looks beautiful. And we're gonna grab this B-roll here. And welcome in, Dr. Butchie. I'm just editing the next video or the first video, my next video, but the first video for Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
Here we are in the overworld. I said this before, but it looks so gorgeous here. I don't know what the stylized effect is. Keep on the lookout for more guys like this. Here we are in the overworld. I've said this before. We'll keep on the lookout.
I'm gonna actually fade this out and go to some of my own music, because we're getting into a little bit of just like a little fun little section where just kind of exploring and stuff. So we're gonna fade the music out.
Optimistic. We'll keep on the lookout for more guys like this. Here we are in the overworld.
Yeah, and let's just find one of my own tracks to use. I'm trying to switch it up, like, because a lot of these tracks are so they're so serious sometimes. Though I should record the mime song and use that, because that's a nice, fun, like upbeat sort of song too. But yeah, let me go into my folder here, and we're just gonna go find a nice little track to use. Let me get into Epidemic Sound. What do I want to use here? We have some happy. No, we have some groovy. Yeah, I'm gonna use this one. This is one of my favorite ones. I like. It's a nice little upbeat thing that we can get going over here, right? We'll just do a little.
We'll keep on the lookout for more guys like this. Here we are in the overworld. I've said this before, but it looks so gorgeous here. I don't know what the stylized effect is called. I want to say something like a tilt shift, but the effect is called. But it looks so gorgeous here.
Okay, we're gonna need some more footage of the little open world, so we gotta head back. We're gonna head back. I want a little bit more footage of what we got going out there. So, let's do that. We gotta make our way. Make our way back. Voice crack. Gonna run our butts all the way back. Get back into that overworld. That might be one of my favorite things about the game. I love how it looks so much. It looks so good. Okay, I thought something was effing me up for a hot second there. Oh yeah, let me just go get something nice. Yeah, let me get these little dudes over here, huh? I suppose that's not such a little dude, but hide this. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna say hello to these guys over here, huh? Yeah. Oh, it'd be nice if I could get let's do this. So let's go back here. We're gonna hit him with a little bit of. I don't think that helped. I don't think that helped at all. That's fine. We're just gonna go from here. We're just gonna go from here. I don't mind the little blur effect. I think the blur effect is kind of nice. Let's just do a nice little rising sort of. Okay. I forgot to go to my other thing. All right, here we go. We're going in here. We're going in here, and I'm just gonna do a little quick little, nice little. Doesn't that little Nevron look so cute? I think that little Nevron looks a little cute, huh? Okay, that seems good. Guys, there's just little dudes here, you know. Just little dudes. They're just chilling. They're just hanging around. And then we go murder them, you know. How could we? How could we do this? How could we do this, y'all? Yeah, I want a little
looking thing
upbeat section here
in the
because
spring meadow.
yeah, let's this is nice. This is good.
Here we are in the overworld. I've said this before, but it looks so gorgeous here. I don't know what the stylized effect is called. I want to say something like a tilt shift, but whatever it is, it's a vibe.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
These statue looking things, some of these statue looking.
Okay, let's get a nice thing of the statue. Did I get a nice thing of the statue over here? Nah.
This I
view
love
over-
that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use that. I'm just gonna get my own statue little footage over here. For the record, they should not have been made out of XP if they want to be spared. You know, there's some truth to that, right? You know, like, it's like the if not friend, why friend shape. If not enemy, why give XP? Or something along those lines. That was smooth. What was smooth? The camera or something else? I'm gonna get this statue thing over here, huh? Yeah, a lot of the times I'm just kind of free-balling the camera. But sometimes I will make a camera path to help with that. Yeah, let's just we're just gonna grab something over here. We're gonna grab this from over here. I'm just gonna record this and we're just gonna free-ball it again. We like free-balling. Free-balling is good. Free-balling is good. And you know, I think I might want another camera angle from behind this thing as well. Because what is it? Why is it shielding itself? Why is it? What is it scared of, you know? Wow, look at that blur. Look at that blur there, huh? Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. I don't know if I'll use this one, but I have an idea for a shot like this, so might as well. Dude, this looks so gorgeous! Wait, remind me, Dr. Protein Shake, have you played Expedition 33? I feel like we talked about this. It's hard for me to remember sometimes, though. It is a fantastic game. I wish I could play it, but I gotta get this video. That's what I'm thinking about. I just want to play it. I really just want to play it. But no worries for anyone who's not playing it. Hopefully my video is a good enough summary of what's actually going on. Enough to follow, you know?
More guys like this. Here we are in the overworld. I've said this before.
It's a little laggy here, is it not? I'm gonna get rid of the Spotify. I'm gonna get rid of my Audacity.
Here we are in the overworld. I've said this before, but it looks so gorgeous here. I don't know what the stylized effect is called. I want to say something like a tilt shift, but whatever it is, it's a vibe. Some of these statue looking things out here also reminded me that I failed of these stats things out here also.
Yeah, it's with the game running and I'm on desktop capture, it's a little laggy.
Statue looking things out here also reminded me that
Let's do that. Let's just use both the shots, because why not? We took both shots, we might as well use both shots. By the way, Noel, if you're still here, yeah, I'm just so caught up in this edit here. I'm so caught up in this edit, I haven't got a chance to review your stuff. But for now, you just chill out a little bit. Anyone that's not playing is wrong.
it's a vibe. Some of these statue looking things out here also reminded me that I failed to talk about chroma in the Spring Meadows. Lune mentioned that the blue foliage.
I think I have some footage of that. Yeah, I'll just grab this. I'll grab this. I will decompose this and we'll just use the gameplay clip.
Corrupting the chroma. I of something corrupting the chroma. Lune mentioned that the foliage, like
we are really lagging. I'm gonna try to close out my program here real quick. What time is it? All right, we'll go for a little bit longer. I'm gonna attempt to close out my program and maybe just refresh it. Okay, yeah, I've kept up with your DMs. The Slay the Spire one is probably good to go, by the way, but that one I'm not so fussed about, right? Just a highlight little thing. Kev had a good time, but Gotha good. EXP is epic. May I say more epic than the Ring? Wait, guys, what would you say if I told you I think I like Expedition 33 more than Elden Ring? They're both good. But what if I said that, huh?
Lune mentioned that the blue foliage, like the indigo tree, was an indication of something corrupting the chroma. I'm viewing chroma as sort of like the indigo tree was an indication of something corrupting the chroma. I'm viewing chroma as sort of a life essence, maybe? And supposedly the never affect the chroma of us humans in a certain way. Instead of gamma of something corrupting the chroma. I'm viewing a certain.
You like Elden Ring more? Respect. I mean, it's just maybe like more my kind of game. Like I think they're both good, but I like just grew up playing like. I do love me like, oh man, Elden Ring story is fine, but this story is just told in a different way. You know, it's a different kind of vibe. There was some more dialogue about chroma. I forget where it was, but maybe I'll just pull some of these clips that we had before. Go back here. I'll just pull a nice little gameplay clip from us here. Of us walking through this area.
Reality of the situation.
Yeah, I'll pull this over here. This is a good little cutscene to use.
Here we go.
Right here. I'll just grab a bunch of stuff from here. If chroma is a life essence or a soul and you collect it to spend, is that a Dark Souls reference? You know? I was thinking about that when I was thinking about like what is the actual chroma. We're like, yeah, we're using chroma. I don't know if it's a Dark Souls reference, but it is an interesting concept. It could be like a reference to games like that, right?
I'm viewing chroma as sort of a life essence, maybe? And supposedly neverons affect the chroma of us humans in a certain way. Instead of gammaging us off or lopping
Okay, the music's. I gotta turn down. I gotta dial in the music after.
way,
But
instead of gamaging. Some of these statue-looking things out here also remind me of the chroma.
oh yeah, it is very laggy right here. Is it not? We're having some trouble with the playback. That's okay.
Chroma.
Right there is about where I want to drop this like a decibel. We'll just fade that in.
The chroma. I'm viewing chroma as sort of a life essence, maybe? And supposedly the Neverons affect the chroma of us humans in a certain way. Instead of gamaging us off or lopping off heads, they seem to be turning us into the statuesque corpses. Which I guess if we're sticking statuesque corpses.
I need one more. Yeah, over here. This is a great one right here. I need one more little. What are they? What are they looking at? Huh? They're looking up there. They're looking at the 33. Yeah, let's just grab a little something here. Yeah, the flags are like bonfires. It could be. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, right? Because I don't know. I'm sure there's other games that are similar to like Dark Souls, where you're using like your souls and stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because in E33, they definitely reference a lot of things. Like they reference freaking memes, right? In Gestural Village, so. I feel like they reference Saving Private Ryan. I don't know. I mean, there's probably a lot of movie sequences or cinematic sequences that use that sort of Saving Private Ryan on the beach. You know, Captain Miller is shell-shocked, concussed, whatever. But I would not be surprised if that was the case, you know? I'm gonna do it from this angle. Let's just do it from this angle. Yeah, let's just get a nice little something from this angle right here, you know? It's a nice little pan. Yeah, they do seem like a game. This does seem like a game that was developed with you know, big shout outs to other, you know, pieces of media out there, right?
Flying wars, I had a
which is like that could be like a nice sign of respect, you know?
West corpses, which I guess if we're sticking with the whole artsy vibe, which I guess if we're sticking with the whole artsy vibe, sure, let's throw sculpting into the mix. Yeah. The chroma, they're turning him to statues.
To the mix. It's an interesting thing, considering the paintress and the artsy fartsy stuff we got going on. Oh yeah, the Saving Private Ryan scene. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I just had a feeling something was gonna go down. You know, when we were in that party, that expedition party, I'm like, yeah, we're about to get wrecked, aren't we?
Sure, let's throw sculpting into the mix.
That was like pure like anime. That was like straight out of like a Hunter x Hunter thing. Like I'm just gonna, you know, strong person shows up. I'm just gonna lop the head off of whoever's in front of me.
So before heading to Flying Waters, I had a wonderful time just exploring this overworld here. I ventured into the So before heading to Flying Waters, I had a wonderful time just exploring this overworld here.
We're gonna go there.
A wonderful time just exploring this overworld here. This is kind of bringing me back to traveling in the old Final Fantasy games I played back in the day. I ventured into this danger.
Okay, I have some clips here that I picked out that I wanted to use. Let's see, what do we got?
In there.
Oh, I pressed the wrong
It
button.
was
Oh,
indeed
I pressed the right
dangerous
button.
in there. I
But
figured I
pressed
might be
it a little
able
bit too late.
I figured I might
The
be able to
abyss
counter my this overworld here.
I'm gonna just get some raw gameplay of me running around in the overworld.
I am not.
Because we gotta throw that in sometimes, right? For those who came before, for those who come after, for those, my iteration on that is for those who come right now. Yeah, you'll see what I'm gonna cook up for that part of the edit here. It'll be interesting. I do talk about the camps. Yeah, guys. It's interesting, right? This is gonna be, again, I go back and forth on this all the time, but you know, these videos are a hybrid of a let's play slash a highlight reel slash a video essay, you know, all in one kind of slash review, right? So I'm talking about a lot of different stuff here, but I'm also trying to keep it like we got some cinematic shots, but I also got to show you some of the actual gameplay in-game shots here.
The map again. See if
let's
just start making our way over there.
Harry.
Do a bunch. We got like some giant.
Okay, that's the sheep.
Oh,
That's the
Jordan won
pink
best
thing.
act.
Let's get it
Fire skills
from
cost. First combat. Let's. Oh, we can. Is there a way? With one ice stain. Oh, that's.
Sometimes I get a little too over selective about what I want to choose here.
What did Michael B. Jordan win?
Maybe we show like this map up here a little bit too, and then we get into some actual movement. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cook this one up like this.
Let's throw sculpting into the mix. So before heading to Flying Waters, I had a wonderful time just into the mix. So before
Okay, we're gonna cut that up a
heading
little bit.
to Flying Waters, I had a wonderful time just exploring this overworld here. This is kind of bringing me back to traveling in the old Final Fantasy games I played back in the day.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this and we're gonna work that magic. Oh man, I wish I had a different section. I'm gonna try to steal from this section, and hopefully this just works and it'll play nicely. My program's freezing up. We're freezing up. We're just gonna throw that in there.
Traveling in the old Final Fantasy games I played back in the day.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, I pressed the right button.
But I pressed it a little bit too late.
Yeah, this is a little bit. I'm gonna tone this down again.
Old Final Fantasy games I played back in the day.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, I pressed the right button.
But I pressed it a little bit too late. I ventured into this dangerously pink cave. Dangerous in this cave.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna cook up for this section right here. We're gonna have the little, yeah, I talk about the pink cave quite a bit here. So we're gonna cook this up. Here we go. Right. We're gonna do this. Boom.
Too late. I ventured into this dangerously pink.
Gonna do that.
I ventured into this dangerously pink cave.
The Abyss Cave. That says danger. Well, I mean, how dangerous? One of my little editing go-tos is I like to cut the music in and out, right? To emphasize certain moments. So we'll do this. The Abyss Cave. That says danger. Well, I mean, how dangerous could one Abyss Cave actually be? We'll bring the music back in.
It was indeed dangerous in there. I figured I might be. It was indeed dangerous in there.
Maybe we let that hang for a little bit too, huh? You know? We'll let it hang. You know, it's yeah, there's so many different editing styles. And like, you know, the way people manipulate music and pauses. It's interesting, right? Because in YouTube, especially YouTube videos, maybe even some of like the shows and movies they produce these days, but especially YouTube, it's like, all right, constant action, like constant, like keep talking, keep going, cut, like always something happening. There's something to be said about a nice breath. Kevin, this guy popped up on my feed recently because MLB The Show 26 came out, but I used to watch this guy back in the day. Kevin God, that's his name. This guy is the master of, you know, pauses, of silence, making the silence work in your videos here, you know. Forgot about this guy. He just popped up on my feed randomly. Yeah, how dangerous can this be? Yeah, so you know, that's the thing, right? This video has a lot of like narrative and exposition, and I'm trying to talk to you and give you my opinions and stuff. But then I also want to have these moments where it's fun, where we just, you know, have these fun little moments of the gameplay, the actual gameplay. So we'll see how this plays out, right?
Too late. I ventured into this dangerously pink cave.
The Abyss Cave. That says danger. Well, I mean, how dangerous could one Abyss Cave actually be? You know?
It was indeed dangerous in there.
3,000. So we're gonna do this. Let's do this, and hopefully that works.
It was indeed dangerous in there.
3,709.
It was indeed dangerous in there.
3,000 there. 3,709 damage. I was gonna say his bar didn't even move. Yeah, it's kind of like in conversations too, huh, Hannah? It's weird, but you think of the internet these days and media that we consume in shorts and short form stuff. It's just constant something, right? Attention. I feel like I read something the other day or saw a video or heard that like Netflix, when they're making movies or when they're I think it was a Matt Damon interview or something, or a Ben Affleck thing. They're talking about when they're making movies these days and they're writing their scripts, they're like, all right, now we have to like make sure that we start with something kind of like, actiony, something to draw them in, kind of like a YouTube video, right? And they're like, also, okay, when we're writing the script, let's also make sure that we reiterate the plot multiple times, because people are consuming movies and shows while they're like also on their phone. They're not paying attention, right? So,
it was indeed dangerous in there.
3,000. Okay, how much can I finesse this to get this to work?
In there.
3,700. Can't really hear this.
It was indeed dangerous in there. It was indeed dangerous in there.
3,700
in there.
3,007
in there.
3,709 damage. I was gonna say his bar did.
It was indeed dangerous in there.
3,709 damage. I was gonna say his bar didn't even move.
I figured I might be able to.
Okay, I'm gonna edit this last section before I head off for the night, huh? How about that?
I figured I might be able to counter my way to victory, but this little pink thing is
even move.
I figured I might be able to counter my way to victory.
Easiest counter of my life. 243 damage. 243 damage.
But this little pink thing is very fast and takes up many turns. Thing is very fast and takes up many turns.
So that sounded good. This one didn't sound so good.
Dangerous in there.
3,709 damage. I was gonna say his bar didn't even move.
I figured I might be able to counter my way to victory.
Easiest counter of my. I'm gonna cut this a little bit quicker.
I figured I might be able to counter my way to victory.
Easiest counter of my life. 243 damage.
But this little pink thing is very fast and takes up many turns. Easiest counter damage. But this little pink thing is very...
I need this to be a little snappier here.
This little pink is very fast and takes up many turns. Easiest counter of my life, 243 damage. Yeah, we'll definitely come back later. And that brings us to this... 200. Yeah, we'll... See where... Yeah, we'll definitely come back later.
We're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna take this and go boom.
Damage. Yeah, we'll definitely come back later. Easiest counter of my life, 243 damage. That's his bar didn't move. That's...
And then here we're gonna cut the music out again, and we're gonna zoom in into the
43 damage. That's his bar didn't move. That's his bar didn't move. Oh, okay.
I also have a Lune death sound that I've been using quite a bit, and I made it purple. Let's just grab that for a little extra effect. Why not?
Oh, okay. That was 7,000.
There are more.
43 damage. That's his bar didn't.
Maybe we zoom in into the...
That's his bar didn't move. Oh, okay. That was 7,000. 7,000. There are more of...
Okay, that's a little section there. That's the section there. You can tell you're enjoying something if you don't touch your phone. The highest praise from someone with ADHD. Yeah, I want to cover at least going through. You know, right now in my mind, I'm thinking I'll end the video heading into the dark rising tide sea cliff place. I forget what it's called, you know. I think I would like to include SK in this. I just want to like conclude that section, and then because we didn't go super far into the rising tide dark cliffs, the wave cliffs, but yeah, I think that could be a nice place to just start up again. You know?
It was indeed.
Okay, so this is how this section plays out. Let's see.
I ventured into this dangerously pink cave.
The Abyss Cave. That says danger. Well, I mean, how dangerous could one Abyss Cave actually be? You know?
It was indeed dangerous in there. 3,709 damage. I was going to say, his bar didn't even move. I figured I might be able to counter my way to victory.
Easiest counter of my life. 243 damage.
But this little pink thing is very fast and takes up many turns.
Easiest counter of my life, 243 damage.
Yeah, we'll definitely come back later.
Easiest counter of my life, 243 damage. That's his bar didn't move. Oh, okay, that was 7,000.
There are more of these big statues.
Yeah. It could. And could one Abyss Cave actually be? You know?
It was indeed dangerous in there.
I mean, that's kind of what this whole point. That's why I had all of this here. Actually be. You know?
It was indeed dangerous in there.
But I could. I mean, we could like extend this out a little bit. You know?
It was indeed dangerous in there.
You know?
It was indeed dangerous in there.
3,700. Okay, so we are 39 minutes into the video. Okay, so we're 3,000 minutes into we're 39 minutes into the video. This is my current Flying Waters section script, which just covers us discovering the manor and meeting up with Mael. So Flying Waters isn't even, this is like half of Flying Waters. And so by the time we're done with Flying Waters, it's going to be like 45 minutes or some shit. Maybe 50 minutes. And then it's going to be a chunky one, but I'll make it as chunky as it needs to be. I don't give an F. I'm going to make it chunky, so. I'm going to make it chunky. Yeah, there's a section. We actually went back to beat this guy, so I could use that soundtrack there, you know?
Up many turns.
Easiest count. Hey, that was 7,000.
There are more of these big statues here, and if these were indeed...
Oh, this is the last little section I'll do since it's part of this Abyss Cave.
There were more of these big statues here, and if these were in fact alive at some point, it could cause
stone
a
sort of vibe,
fracture.
because that's what happened to a bunch of the other.
And that
like,
brings up, there were more of these big statues here, and if these were in fact alive at some point, I wonder what they were trying to shield themselves from. Maybe something that could cause a fracture.
That's my current theory, my current headcanon.
That could cause a fracture.
Yeah, I'll leave it right there for now. Leave it right there for now. Yeah, no, I want to squeeze. I want to just put what I have in here. I think I want to lump it all into one video. So it'll be as long as it needs to be. That's my motto. The video is as long as it needs to be. So I will make it as long as it needs to be. Long form content, you know. So this Randy Marsh video that I made, right? I was hoping that more streamers and stuff would react to it in the Final Fantasy XIV community. But apparently, what I was told from some people who are trying to get other streamers to watch it was saying, but that video's too long. It's 45 minutes. And in my mind, I'm like, you're saying the opposite thing. That should be a good thing. It's 45 minutes of pure cinema. Like, what are you talking about? You know? Yeah. So, but for me, it's as long as it needs to be. The video. The video is as long as it needs to be. Also, this guy reacted to it.
Randy Marsh.
This guy reacted to it. When I go back to rewatch the video I made, I watch this guy react to it because this guy, this Kip reacts here. This guy straight up was just laughing the whole time. It was awesome.
It's beautiful!
Okay, it was a good sign because he laughed right off rip.
Randy. Oh,
Dude, I just took the biggest crap. Hey, where are you guys? We're over here, by the cart.
Yeah. The Venn diagram of who this was for was the Venn diagram of who this was for FF14 fans. And then if you watch South Park, then sure, you might enjoy it as well. But it was mainly catered to FF14 fans. But if somehow you were in the middle here, if somehow you were a Final Fantasy XIV player and fan, and you also happen to be in the know of South Park, then this is the shit for you. And this guy happened to be it, so. Good drawing, Cap. Yo, we've done a lot of, we've done a lot of paint stuff in the past. That reminds, I'll show you one last short before I take my leave. How come when I type in my side channel, my old channel, it doesn't pop up, but this guy pops up? This guy took my Keb was here before. He took my Keb was here thing. Why did he do that? Someone thought that was me on Twitter. This guy's like also on Twitter with the same thing. And they were like, is this you? I'm like, no, that wasn't me. FFXIB. Okay, here it is. Okay. Here's an example of some of my paint drawings. That's Hedge and Bunny right. Well, what the? That's Hedge and Bunny right there. We have a Snakey Boy on this side, right? West side and the east side, baby. 20-second timer, boom. Okay, 8-second timer, boom. Where did my timer start? That's how you know where to go. Two different attacks happening. One's like an AoE around you based on your timer. Another one is a physical attack based on proximity. You're gonna get like a little thing around you. Then you get your little debuff here, right? Well, you get your little debuff there, but this person hasn't gotten their yet, so they don't have a debuff. After 3 go off, if you're the 20-second person, you just want to be closest on your side. You're just gonna do a on you. Because you don't have the debuff, you're gonna be okay. 'Cause after you take your, you're gonna go back out here. The 8s are gonna go in next. 8 seconds are now the closest to the boss, and they're gonna take their, they're gonna move back out. 12 seconds are going in. Now they're gonna get hit by their, then they move back out. And now the 16 seconds, they wanna be the closest one in. Is this not legible enough to you? And then they get hit with the, after that, you're gonna swap sides. Purples are gonna go over this side. Greens are gonna go on this side. And everyone's gonna be happy. That's hegemony right there. We have a, there it is. There it is. This is my paint skills. You were in Toronto for My Chemical Romance gig. It was the same day as a massive Comic-Con event. The Venn diagram was a circle. Yeah, Noel remembers the mechanics now. I definitely could do Cachexia if I hopped into 14 right now. 100%, no problem, right? 100% no problem. Yeah. Okay, guys. So tomorrow is Friday Fun Day. I will be here for Friday Fun Day, 100%. Okay, some Friday Fun Day shenanigans. Saturday or Sunday, maybe an Expedition 33 stream. Maybe not. Maybe I won't have a stream going for this until next week when I have the video fully finished. But here's the thing. This was the first video I did on Expedition 33, and I wasn't quite sure of how I wanted to handle it. So it was a little tough. So I delayed my starting of it. But you can bet your butt that I kind of know what I'm going for now. So as we continue streaming further, I will be able to keep up with the edits a little bit better. So, you know, you're tired, you want to go to bed. Yeah, isn't it like 2 a.m. for you? 5 a.m.? It's early. Okay. I'll be ending it off here though, guys. So I'll definitely be on tomorrow for some Friday Fun Day shenanigans. Who knows when the next one will come out, but just look forward to this. I hope you guys will enjoy this one in its entirety when it does come out. It's going to be a chunky one, but you know, I think you might like it. So 6:25 a.m. Yeah, that's way too early for me. I haven't woke up that early since high school. Anyway, I will be heading off. I'm going to render this out. It's a little rough draft. Y'all have a good night. Good luck with your kids and your students and your days and your nights and all of that stuff. But yeah, it was fun. Thank you for keeping me company. Hope you enjoyed the sneak preview. I'm going to get out of here so my computer can work faster. But yeah, y'all, that video will be out when it's out. I appreciate you all for being here. We'll have some drinks tomorrow. Yeah, thank you. Thank you all. Okay? All right? Y'all have a good night. Go brush your teeth. Go floss first and then brush. Apparently that's the way to do it, right? Yeah, go watch the sneak preview. Let's go. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.